Thank you. Good morning, everyone. I'm honored to be here to welcome you to the 2021 Undergraduate Research, Scholarship, and Creative Activities Conference. First, I just want to thank our incredible students. I'm thrilled that hundreds of you are participating in this 32nd annual event. This year's conference features more than 500 student presenters, and that's a phenomenal level of participation. I also want to thank our faculty members for their important contributions. Faculty mentors support students engaging in research. They also volunteer to moderate student presentations. UC Davis's world-class faculty keep our university rising to the top. And likewise, their mentoring and collaboration helps our students exceed expectations and prepares them for future success. Finally, I'd like to recognize the Undergraduate Research Center, the staff, and the conference committee for making this event possible. I'm so impressed by your ability to adapt and find creative new ways to support students while working remotely. For this second virtual event, the team has improved upon last year's format. They added a schedule of live events to encourage more engagement among our campus community. And this includes guest speakers, a documentary film screening by University Honor student Jared Heng, and a faculty student networking event, and much more. I hope you'll take advantage of these opportunities and make an extra effort to engage and connect in this virtual environment. Now, even though we've moved to a virtual format, our mission as a top research university continues to move full speed ahead. UC Davis is ranked among the top 5 public universities in the nation. We're the #1 school in agriculture. We're a global leader in veterinary medicine. We're ranked #1 for diversity and internationalization in the United States. We have leading programs in environmental science, healthcare, and so much more. Our scholarship and research addresses some of society's most critical challenges, including climate change, feeding the world, and sustaining the health of all living beings. This work is more important than ever. We're living through extraordinary times, and the need for research, collaboration, and ingenuity couldn't be greater. In the midst of the pandemic, both private companies and public sector companies, organizations are increasingly looking to UC Davis for solutions. Last year, we set a record for sponsored research funding, receiving more than $941 million in research awards. This validates the work we're doing and shows that people turn to UC Davis and our collective research community to make breakthroughs on critical issues. These awards represent a wide range of important research, including therapies for pancreatic cancer, disability research, and issues related to climate change, such as wildfire smoke and the spillover of zoonotic diseases. In terms of COVID, UC Davis received 91 grants that brought in more than $34 million of research funding since the pandemic started. Over the past year, our UC Davis community really stepped up and demonstrated the value of a highly ranked research university with a world-class medical center. Researchers from a wide variety of disciplines joined together to pursue COVID-19 solutions. UC Davis was instrumental in conducting research on vaccines. Last August, UC Davis Health became the first in Sacramento to receive a vaccine candidate for COVID-19 and was part of the major clinical trial headed by Pfizer and BioNTech that involved 30,000 participants worldwide. UC Davis also conducted clinical trials with the Novavax vaccine candidate recently, one that prioritized groups that have been most affected by COVID-19, including African Americans, Latinx Americans, Native Americans, and other minority populations. When it comes to creativity during this pandemic, look no further than the innovation of plant sciences professor Richard Mitchellmore and his team at the Genome Center. They are the brains behind our COVID-19 saliva-based testing that provides results in 24 hours. The team at the Genome Center repurposed machines that are commonly used for agricultural genetics. These array tape machines can run thousands of tests per day, far more than machines built specifically for medical diagnostics. This asymptomatic testing is an important component of Healthy Davis Together, our successful collaboration between UC Davis and the City of Davis to prevent the spread of COVID. The program has been making national headlines with coverage from the New York Times, NBC News, and others. All of this goes to show that when the going gets tough, UC Davis never fails to show its strength. The past year has been unlike any other that we have ever known. In many ways, we've had to completely reimagine how UC Davis functions. And that's no small feat, but I'm proud to say that we've made that pivot quite well. We retained our rankings among the top public universities in the country. We remained on the cutting edge in the fight against COVID-19 and delivered world-class care to patients. And we continue to pursue important research while adhering to public health guidelines. That's thanks to many of the people here today. Students and faculty had to reimagine everything about how to conduct research during the pandemic. This led to innovation and creativity in all aspects of research, as well as overcoming the challenges of remote teaching and learning. Now, I've talked about the amazing and highly collaborative research happening all across UC Davis. Now, let me add this. Students are at the very heart of our research enterprise. They represent a wide variety of fields and are critical to building a better tomorrow. One of the things I admire about the Undergraduate Research Conference is that it truly showcases the incredible depth and breadth of UC Davis. The more than 500 student presentations featured here cover research on everything from agriculture and the biological sciences to psychology and medical and clinical research. You'll see various designations for student projects that reflect the great diversity of research happening across campus. Students receive a Golden Aggies designation for research that reflects an effort to adopt, Global Aggies designation for research that reflects an effort to adopt a global perspective. The Aggie Sustainability Project designation notes student research that supports the mission and goals of the Office of Sustainability. Beyond the Barriers research projects seek to identify, understand, and address the root causes of mass incarceration with specific attention to the historical, political, economic, and cultural structures involved. These are just a few examples. You're going to see a tremendous amount of excellence over the next 4 days. Through this conference, we're preparing students to move into the future with confidence. We're providing educational opportunities that prepare students for success. To all of our student presenters, I encourage you and congratulate you on your excellent work. I know you've been working hard and staying focused on your presentations despite the additional challenges caused by the pandemic. I applaud your dedication and your commitment. Many employers are looking for talented people who not only shine in their scholarship, but also have the capacity to collaborate and communicate their work in the most impactful manner possible. In addition to the skills developed during research, these oral and poster presentations are a great form of practice as you prepare for graduate school or the workforce. No matter what field you specialize in, your skills are critical to making the world better. The pandemic has shown us how interconnected our world is and how collaboration will be crucial to solving the pandemic, climate change, and sustaining the health of people and planet. You are the creators, innovators, and game changers of tomorrow. The world needs you. So keep striving in your scholarship and your research, and keep believing in your dreams. I wish everyone a great conference, and thank you for bringing out the best in our university. Keep on collaborating and innovating, and go Ags.
Thank you, Chancellor May, for your wonderful words. So what is next? Some highlights to share about conference. Let me bring up my screen here. All right, so just want to walk through what our conference is going to look like, what folks can expect over the next 4 days. So first, I want to say, I just realized I did not introduce myself. So my name is E. Nunez, and I am the Associate Director for the Undergraduate Research Center. And I am honored to also serve as the chair for the Undergraduate Research Scholarship and Creative Activities Conference. And I thank you all for being here today. And for joining us for our opening session. I do want to take a moment to do to acknowledge the land that we are on and to acknowledge where we have gathered. Despite where you may be joining us from here today via Zoom, you are likely on Native or Indigenous land. So UC Davis, for thousands of years, this land has been the home of the Patwin people. Today, they are the 3 federally recognized Patwin tribes, the Quachali Dehan Band of Winton Indians, of the Kosala Indian Community, Kesla Dene Winton Nation, and the Yocha Dene Winton Nation. The Patwin people have remained committed to the stewardship of this land over many centuries. It has been cherished and protected as elders have instructed the young through generations, and we are honored and grateful to be here today on their traditional lands. So we want to take a moment to thank our wonderful co-sponsors for their partnership in putting together the Undergraduate Research Scholarship and Creative Activities Conference. So a special thank you to Undergraduate Education, Student Affairs, University Library, and Global Affairs for all of your partnership and collaboration on making this conference what it is today. And as we mentioned, we have a schedule of live events for everyone to enjoy. So we just heard the wonderful welcome from Chancellor Gary S. And this evening at 5:10, we will have our first ever Rhythm and Flow Lounge. This will feature three current student artists. One is a painter and drawer. The other two are spoken word and actor artists. And so we will be showcasing their talents at our Rhythm and Flow Lounge this evening at 5:10, and we invite everyone to join us. All registration for these events are free and can be found at the link there below. On Thursday, we have our keynote speaker, Dr. Richard Azibanjo, who is an alum of UC Davis and is an alum of the chemistry department. So the chemistry department and the URC are proud to co-sponsor this event, and his talk will be covering discovering your purpose and living on the other side of fear. And then on Friday, we'll be having a documentary screening by Jared Hung that explores his father's experience in escaping the Cambodian genocide. And that will be from 1:10 to 2 p.m. And we hope that you will join us for that. Our faculty student networking event, we have two panels going on. We have our panel for the humanities, arts, cultural studies, and social sciences taking place at 5:10. And then directly after that, we have a STEM panel that includes, both panels include faculty, graduate students, and undergraduate students. And we hope to provide a plethora of experiences along the research trajectory. And then finally, on Saturday, May 1st, we will be closing out with our closing plenary speaker, Dr. Cynthia Carter-Chang, who is the Interim Vice Provost and Dean for Undergraduate Education. She'll wrap us up and on that day, and then immediately following that, we will have our post-conference Jamboard and Kudo session, which we will have featuring student DJ REB, Ariana Bustani, who will be performing a DJ set for us during that time as well. Again, I invite everyone to register and view our events at urc.ucdavis.edu/conference. And we are all over social media. I want to give a special shout out to Sarah Stinson, our TA in the Undergraduate Research Center. Sarah has been working hard to make sure that our social media campaign for our conference is done well, and she has done an amazing job. So please make sure to follow us at UCD_URC on Instagram, and be sure to use these hashtags, hashtag URC 2021 and hashtag UC Davis URC, so that way we can make sure to retweet or repost all of your wonderful postings. And finally, we have our VIP awards, a value of $100 to $500. All students are eligible, all undergraduate and graduate students are eligible for this award. And if you are a student presenter, you are also eligible for this award. And if you won last year, you have a clean slate of eligibility this year. So we are excited to host the VIP awards again this year. So I would like to take a moment to recognize my URC staff. So when I call your name, please wave so that way folks can see you, hopefully. So I want to recognize Dee Clark, our program specialist from our Undergraduate Research Center. I would like to recognize Lolita Atkins, our program manager from the Undergraduate Research Center. Our faculty director, Dr. Annalisa Franz, our graduate student TA, Sarah Stinson, our graduate student volunteer, Sharon Lee, our GSR student employee, Yasmin Harachi. And I would also like to recognize all of our planning committee members as well for all of their hard work over the last 2 months, and really looking to how we can reimagine our conference, not only in the virtual setting, but also to include an additional level of programming and engagement with our live schedule of events that we hope each of you will join us on throughout the 4 days. All right, and then we have a few students who have made some conference trailers, and I would like to share those with you all now. So give me one moment to bring those up, and we will show you the amazing trailers that our students, our scholars have made for a preview of what you can expect during our conference.
This is a sorghum field. Sorghum is an economically and nutritionally important cereal crop that has been getting a lot of attention lately due to its ability to produce biofuels using low energy. And it's also pretty good at being animal feed. Despite these promises, it's often being disrupted by this flowering plant known as strigo and its ability to produce this decimation. If you want to know more about the sorghum strigo problem and how the Brady Lab is developing ways to eradicate this parasite, please check out my video at the Undergraduate Research Conference between April 28th and May 1st. Thanks.
Imagine you are an undergraduate student at UC Davis, just about to embark on a journey into the world of cancer research. You have discovered the TCGA database, containing data from thousands of patients receiving every possible combination of cancer treatments, all completely accessible to the public. And yet, cancer research communities have barely touched it. Why? You realize that this data is spread out among hundreds of complex, barely readable spreadsheets filled with medical jargon. Drug treatments aren't standardized and are riddled with typos. I'm here to tell you to worry no longer. As a member of the Chen Lab, my personal project involves correcting, merging, and visualizing this data with a web tool that will make it understandable to even the casual onlooker. We will be personally testing it while gathering and modifying data for use in a comparative genomic study of ovarian cancer patients so that we can be sure it works flawlessly. Find out more at the URC conference on goreact.com.
So those are just two examples of student research projects that are being featured on our Go React site. Our Go React site is accessible through invitation links that we have been able to send out to folks. Anyone with Go React access challenges should email us at urc.ucdavis.edu. And for now, that concludes our short welcome for this morning. And we hope that each of you will join us this evening for our Rhythm and Flow Lounge to support our student attendee or student artists who will be sharing their talents with us this evening. Thank you for joining us, and we hope to see you at our next live event and via all our presentations on Go React. Thank you.